Hi everyone, this is Marcy with Creators Call. I'm happy to be hanging out with you guys today. Today I am wanting to play around with guest checks. I have just had a fascination lately just watching all these videos about altering guest checks. I don't know why. You know, sometimes you just get in kind of a random train of thought and you just watch all the videos on one thing or another. For me, it is guest checks. So that's what we're going to play around with today. I am going to be decorating them with a variety of things. I have a bunch of different floral images, things I've cut out of botanical books, and I also have these really cool stamped images from Celeste over at Woodland Inspired. I'm not sure when this video is going to air, but go ahead and check her shop. I'm going to link it down below. At the time that I'm filming ahead, and she is on leave for the holidays, but she's not always on leave for the holidays. And so anyway, go ahead and check out her shop and see what you can find over there. She's got all kinds of great things that she die cuts out. Now, guest checks, I see a lot of people play with these. They come in a variety of colors and thicknesses. So this particular pad here is one that I got it in a pack of stuff I purchased a long time ago, and it was like a freebie they threw in. But these are kind of just a regular paperweight. These I recently learned you can actually buy at Walmart. So if you go over to Walmart to the office supply section, you can buy them in 5-packs, and they're green. I love them, but they're also a little bit thicker. They're like a lightweight cardstock. And I think depending on what kind of project you're doing, paper versus cardstock, you just have to kind of choose what you want. Now, why do we use guest checks? If you're new to this whole junk journaling world, you'll be like, so what do we want to do with that? Well, they make great tags and journal cards and just really pretty interesting looking ephemera because of the backgrounds on them and stuff. You can coffee dye them, tea dye them, ink them up, do whatever you want. So we're just going to play around today and see what we can make. As far as which color I want to start with, I think I'm going to start with the thinner ones, the pink ones. I'm going to lay out 3 because they're loose. And it seems like a good way to go. And then I'm going to just go through some of these things here. These are all just things that have been randomly cut out of magazines or off of cards. Ooh, I love that one. And we're going to use them as a focal point. Now, I like her. She's got such a lovely 60s vibe. She might work on that one, or would she look better on the green? I just like the rosiness. I don't know if I'm going to use her today, to be frank. I like that one a lot. Actually, I want to use this one. And then I have this red one. That one might also look better on green. This was cut off the front of a greeting card. But let's see if one of these will look good on the pink. There's that pretty berry. That one might. It's kind of got a little pink in the background, and the blue-gray color is really nice. I'm just loving that color right now. So let's start with those 3. Have you guys done guest checks in the past, or do you like to alter guest checks? Do you have a favorite thing or favorite way you like to play around with them? Today I'm going to be using a stamp. Just got messed up, but I like the sentiment, and I think it'll look really nice in the background. I think I'd like to do it in gray. So I'm going to be using the Archival Ink watering can. Watering can is the color. Archival Ink by Ranger is the type of ink that it is. And I can already tell I didn't get ink on all of the stamp. I have learned through trial and error, mostly error, that on these longer ones that have some kind of sentiment, you definitely want to make sure, double check on the back side that you got it all inked, and then just really make sure that you get every area of the stamp pressed down. Just let it rest for a second, because otherwise they tend to not come out around the edges. Oh, that's pretty. Now that made me think of another thing. So I have this stamp here as well, from Numbers, The Blessing from Numbers. It's a similar idea, similar look. So let's put that one down. We are having a gray, cloudy day here today. You know, every time I get to this time of year, I'm like, sometimes I'm like, why do you always seem to think winter is gray and gloomy? Well, now I'm looking out the window and I'm like, because it is. You know, one day it's sunny and then the next day winter moves in. Oh, look, see like how it cuts off the edges there, but we did our best. Okay, so that one, I think actually I want maybe some script in the background. I have my big giant one here. So we're gonna ink it up. And this one will be a little bit easier because we're just gonna press the guest check onto the stamp. Random pressing. Nice. It's a little bald over there, so let's see what we get. Very nice, very nice. That's exactly what I wanted. Tell you what, I get so much mileage out of that stamp. Now on these, they always seem to have this part that's really rough. Oh look, there's another one under there. Oh, nice. I'm gonna trim that part off, and then I think I'm just gonna fold that over, only because if I end up using them as a tag or journal card, it gives it a little reinforcement along the top. Just makes them a little stronger, depending on what I want to use them for. And plus, then it has a little bit of something interesting on the back. My ink soaked through. Now that's a good thing to note, because if you're going to write on the back of it, did this one do that? You might want to back it on some paper. Okay, well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay, so this was Joy of the Journey. This one was The Numbers Blessing. Oh, you can't read it. Well, I think if I'm going to not read something, I would like to not read this one. I want to read part of that. So I'm going to rearrange how I'm doing these. Yeah, I'm going to chop this one down just a little bit narrower and shorter so you can see more of that. There we go. That's better. Boy, you still can't read that though, can you? Kind of was like, why did I bother? Oh well, it's just giving us the idea. But I definitely wanted to be able to read more of that. And here we go. Okay, so I'm going to ink this up. I'm going to use, I think, a little bit darker one, the Walnut Stain Distress Ink. Ink or oxide, whichever one you have, because, you know, I switched over a few years ago. It's really pretty. I really like that. I cut this off of an old, had a bunch of old cards that were my mother-in-law's that she had, you know, collected over the years, and we were sorting through stuff. So I was just cutting them up as I saw fit. Now we may decide to back these on some book page or some lace, or who knows. It's gonna go where inspiration leads us. I'm gonna stick with the walnut stain on this one too. Inking today only to help it stand out from the background. I do ink occasionally. I just go back and forth. It depends on what I feel like. I also had these little pretty things. They're just washi stickers. And they're kind of like a whole complete focal point in and of themselves, which I was thinking would be really nice. This one could be more like a background on something, but I don't know. That might be just a little too much happening. That and that and that. But let's do this one on there. I also have this, so this one might work on there, because once I take that off the back, it's gonna look more see-through. Maybe I want it over here. Yeah, I like that. Okay. So I guess the next question is, do I want to stamp something in the background for this one? Probably. So let's bring this back. Let's do it in walnut stain. Can you see what I'm doing? No, you can't. I'm all over the place. How's everybody's day going? What you guys got going on today? Appointments, errands, hanging out, crafting, yard work. It's probably not the right time for yard work at the moment. What's going on with you? What kind of projects are you guys making these days? Oh, I need to glue that down. I need more space. I need a bigger desk, which seems silly because it's pretty big. I'm crafting standing up today again. This sit-stand desk is really nice because, you know, you don't always want to sit down. Sometimes you just want to stand up, and theoretically it burns more calories, so we'll see. Is that right side up? Yeah. Okay, so if I do that there, I might start with this one because it seems to be my muse. Seems to be working for me. I got a little tiny scrap of music there. And I have labels. I just saw one that I thought might work. So look at that. And then there's a little label, and then kaboom. You got a piece of ephemera without even really trying. So I'm going to... Is there any ink on this dauber? Should be. Gonna just ink around this little tiny scrap just to make it stand out from the background. Gonna grab my glue. There's lots and lots of videos out there on how to decorate these, so use your imagination, check some of them out, but then just go through your supplies and see what you can come up with. Now, I will say that I am slowly learning that if I don't take out every single thing that I'm thinking of, I have a much better time creating. I mean, I guess that makes sense, right? Let's see if we can get this to peel off. So here's this. Oop, don't want to get a wrinkle. No, no, no. Here's that, and here's this. I guess I took a second to put the pin back on my glue, and now I didn't need to. Now I need it out again. Oh, that would look pretty over there too, wouldn't it? I'm going to use it here though. And I'm going to make it so that it catches the join between this scrap, this sticker, and here, just so it looks like it all flows together and it's all one piece. I'm learning. And then I'm going to just take this and go over it just the easiest bit with what ink is left on the dauber and see if I can get all that to kind of melt into the background. Depends on how white you want it. If you want it more vintagey, of course, you're going to put more ink. If you like the brighter white, that's fine too. To each his own. Let's see. Okay, so here's this one. I think I do want to back it. Okay, so I pulled out of my stash some scraps of copy dyed paper that I've done. Not so great. And these kinds of things, but also what works really well are the blank pages, the fly leaves in your books when you're taking them apart. These work great for tag backing, and that's what I was thinking of. So let's do that. And now that I took the time to cover that over, to fold that over, I'm just going to cover it up. I just think I'd like some stiffness on this. Should probably just go ahead and do all three of them while I'm doing this because the ink came through on that other one. Let's see. Ooh, look at that. Just exactly right. So I'm going to line it up the bottom of the guest check with the edge of the page and just let that hang over a little bit. That'll be fine. Okay, got my glue page. And we'll just glue these up really fast. Okay, now this one, I was thinking maybe some music, and I happen to have a little scrap that's just the right size. because there's already script, it's nice to alternate it up with music. I always like to run my music sideways so you can see more notes. That's gonna go under there. You know, honestly, can I just change my mind? See, I didn't really want the script with the script, but I think the scale, tiny, tiny to big, honestly, I think that'll look better. Then this will have the music over here. Okay, out of curiosity, just playing around some more. What if we did it like that instead? So that we could still see some of the words. See, isn't that pretty? That is pretty. And this thing is curling up, so it's giving me some trouble. I'm gonna cut it off right there. There we go. Yeah, I'll run this across the bottom. Nice. Okay, now we have our printing and our music. That looks good. I like that better. And that's gonna run right along over Friends. I tell ya, I'm just in kind of a laid-back, crafty mood, not too worried about being super precise or anything like that. Just want to get it all on the paper, get them done, get them out there ready to use. I've got so many ideas just floating around in my little brain, and if I don't do them, then they get lost in there and I lose them. You know, I think that's just part of the creative process. Would you guys ever be interested in a video on, not a video, but I have never done a live, even though I'm well qualified to do it, because I would have a hard time reading comments and crafting at the same time. I can't do that. Not very well. So I am thinking that it would be kind of nice to maybe just have one that's more like discussion based, you know? And then we can talk, and then I can read your comments. But if I was going to do that, I would do it on the topic of creativity and the creative process, and, you know, thoughts on it, and what are you guys' experience, what do you think about being creative? So anyway, kindly please tell me in the comments below, because I would be very happy to schedule one, but I don't want to, you know, schedule something that you guys aren't interested in, because there's no point. You wouldn't show up. I want you to show up. Okay, I'm going to do kind of a similar thing. Can't read the whole verse now, but unfortunately, okay, that's running right across, and be gracious. I guess it's more just for the idea than it is for, it's not the focal point, so I guess it's okay. Trying to think of what to talk to you guys about. I'm trying to record ahead, so I've tried to do several videos at the same time, and you run out of conversation topics. The thing is I think about them when I'm not filming, but I don't. Is that straight? Oh, I guess it is. I don't know why it doesn't look like it is, but anyway. So you just kind of run out of ideas of what to talk about. And now I can't think of any of the ideas I've come up with off camera that would have been good to chat about. Isn't that the way it always is? Now I might put some washi tape across the back there. That'll make it interesting and cover up that spot. I think that would be nice. And then we have this one with the sticker. So see if we can get this one to start. Okay, after fiddling with it for a little minute, I think I have realized this isn't actually a sticker, which means what I would like to do to the edge, which I could do just as well with my decal edge scissors, frankly. I wanted to kind of rough it up and ink it up. I guess this was just a scrap of paper. I pulled this out of my little container that has all sorts of things, so I guess I just assumed that this was also a sticker, and it's not. Okay, that didn't look at all like I wanted it to. Well, I was hoping to get that scruffy edge, but that didn't work out either. I think this paper is too small to do that with. Can't get enough tension to resist the scissors to get the rough look. So it's gonna go down like right. I'm gonna cover that line. There we go. Right there, and then this one. Okay, I'm getting warm. I'm gonna have to take my sweatshirt off. There we go. I do like this standing up and crafting thing though. It's very handy. There we go. Very nice, very nice. Okay. So now let's put some labels down. Come back with these guys. Put some labels on. That one has a label, so I'm gonna scoot him over. I do like that color. Oh, we still have to do our green ones, don't we? I'm getting all carried away. I think that would be nice there. That one doesn't show up. That's the wrong color. So I have some of these that I stamped. Tim Holtz, one of his sets, which I can't remember now. Anyway, but I just stamp on scraps, you know, and that looks nice, doesn't it? Or do we like, this one has a browny red color. I just used all my different inks and lots of blank leftover scraps of paper. And for instance, the one that we just cut off of the backing, see, it's a perfect one for stamping on. But I'll tell you, you can do quite a few of them in a short amount of time, and I'm going to do this because the edge is torn off, and then I can trim it, and then we have it runs diagonally. It's kind of balanced on both edges. Anyway, so you can do a lot of these in a very short amount of time and build up your stash really fast, and I did that video beginning of 2023, I think. I will find it and link it either at the end. Well, I will link it at the end. I'll link it up above in the cards up there. If your device shows those, then you can click on that. And I will link it down below in the description box. Okay, so these are just real simple, real easy. Let's see. Oh, I want that green one, but I think I want, do I have a green one with a blank, a creamy? Yes, I do. Oh, look at that. That looks nice. Somebody may be stopping by the house. I'm not sure. They're supposed to come 2 days ago and they didn't. So if they do, the doggy may bark. Hopefully someone else can answer the door. Yeah, I like that. Oh, very nice how these are turning out. And let's do this. Here we go. Again, covering the join between here and here so it all looks cohesive. Now, did we get them all? I think we did. So let's do this really fast, and then we'll move on and do a couple green ones with Celeste's images because I really wanted to. Okay, I have this old washi tape. It was a freebie. Now I've turned these over. I want it to go with that one and that one because of the color. And then I have some, can I just say, I got these in my Temu, when I did that Temu haul and I showed you guys, but I am less than impressed because they are not actually washi tape. They are like sticker tape, and you have to peel the back off, and they feel really cheap. They just feel like cheap paper. And so I learned my lesson. I had a unfortunate experience too, where I ordered some labels and then realized that they were knockoffs. You know, I know they do that in China, but I had hoped I had avoided that problem by not buying something that was stolen from another creator, and turns out I actually, as I was putting them away, I thought, man, these look so familiar. Turns out they're rip-offs of Michelle at the Junk Journal Studio, of her labels, and I actually have that set because I had purchased it and I had actually downloaded them and cut them all out. So they just altered the size and a little bit of the color kind of just slightly off. And I was like, well, no wonder I like the stickers so much. It's because I already had them. So when I use them, I'm just going to tell you to go to Michelle at the Junk Journal Studio. Like, this is hers. Yeah. And just buy them from her. And I never have put the review out there on Temu to say, these are a ripoff. Don't buy them. But I'm happy to still do that. I need to do that before the opportunity expires. Now, where did my other piece? There it is. Anyway, I was really heartbroken. I just felt sick, and then I didn't want to use them at all. And then I thought, no, just use them. I bought a couple of packs of the ones that were her design, and then I bought a couple of packs in blue. They're all from the same seller, and it's not, I don't think the seller knows. You know, seller probably doesn't know either that they've been lifted from a legitimate artist. They're just trying to sell and make a living, but I thought about just saying, hey, leaving it on there, not reaming the seller, but saying if you really want to purchase these, just go to the person who actually created them. I know that kind of does the seller dirty, but truthfully, when you're buying from China, I know Temu says it's based in the US, but it's from China. Okay, which way is up on this? There we go. But yeah, they just happened to put a warehouse here. Anyway, you know, go to the person who actually put all of the creativity and time and energy and give them your dollars, not the person who's selling the knockoff. Sorry, person selling the knockoff, but you're going to have to find a product that isn't a forgery, basically. That's what that is, stealing from honest people. Stealing their intellectual property and discounting all the energy and time that it took them to make something and put it out there for us. So anyway, I'll let you know. Every time I use them, I'm just going to say, these are from Michelle at the Junk Journal Studio. Yep. But anyway, I felt so angry and sad and upset, disgusted with myself. And let's see, there might not be enough of this to do two. We'll see. That's good. I had this for ages. It was a freebie from a long ago order on Etsy, and I don't remember who or what I even ordered, but I kind of have just held on to this really pretty swatch of washi tape. Today it's coming out. I'm really on a kick to use everything right now. Not just things in my craft room, which should be done, but in my house, you know, like when I was wrapping Christmas gifts, I'm like, some of these decorations I've just been hanging on to for the right present, but just decorate the pretty presents and move on. So that's what I did. Okay, I'm going to put this over some, and then I'm going to put another one down and finish covering the back with it. Where are we at? Okay. Looking at my timer. I better hurry. We're not going to get a green one done. This is one from, I don't remember. I don't know. I don't have a lot of washi tapes. I think this might have been a Tim Holtz washi. I don't really trust washi tape, to be fair, to be honest with you. It's just so impermanent. I'm like, it's just masking tape, and masking tape is meant to be peeled off and discarded. So that's why I'm trying to add some extra glue. Those of you who watch a lot of videos understand that, but if you're new, that's what's going on. Okay, so they are pretty simple, pretty plain, but that's what we've got there. Let's do some green ones real quick. Let's just do a couple. I guess I could tear them at the perforation, but where's the fun in that? I love these. I love these herb ones. So So she made them a little bit big for me so I can trim them down to fit. I like that one too. Might make that one after we're done. I love herbs, in case you guys didn't know. Let's see. Oops. Challenged. Okay, 3 and just over 3 1/4. But it doesn't matter how tall. Okay, so if I wanted like, I should do like 2 3/4. So I have a little space. Let's do that. So 2 3/4. BRB. Okay, so I have these two cut down to size. This one is a little bit wider than what I was projecting because of the image size. This one is a little bit smaller. So what my thought was, is it would be cool, because I was going to put book page behind. What if I put cookbook page, you know, because you use herbs for cooking. That might look kind of cool back there behind. And so I pulled out some of these really old Better Homes and Gardens. Better Homes and Gardens cookbook pages, which of course do not feature herbs at all. But if I went looking for that, we'd be here all day, folks. I just wanted to get that idea. Let's see. Oh, these are all desserts. They all sound really good. I'm hungry for lunch. Okay, well, I could debate all day, but you know what? I could probably pull 2 of those out of the same book page, so that will be fine. All right, so shall we tear around it? I think it would be great to just set it down, tear around it. I'm trying to hurry for you. And you. And if you have trouble tearing in a nice straight line, just use your decal edge scissors or your tearing ruler or something. I could use the tearing ruler right here. If you have any questions about what I am using, just ask me down below in the comments and I'll fill you in. There, can you tell that that's a cookbook page recipe something? I don't know. It says Jiffy. Let's see. It wasn't very straight, was it? Okay, there's that. These decal edge rulers are very handy. These. Nope, still a little tall. I very often use a mix of my scissors and my ruler because sometimes you just need to trim stuff to get it to the size you want. Okay, let's ink really quick. Let's see what else. Oh, I should have inked these before I glued them on there. I'm going to speckle them, I think. That might not work. Yep, I'm just going to make a big ugly mess if I keep doing that. Let's ink. I'll just gently go over these. Let's see what we've got. Yeah, that's pushing it, isn't it? Right there. I was thinking like a postal stamp image. There we go. So we're gonna give them a little definition around the edge. Okay, so do I want to run some more washi tape down the edge? That's a good question. Oh, I have these strips that have been gathered from all over the place. Different orders from different places. So I think any one of those might look good layered under here. Okay, so that's gonna go like that. Let me just do that. And then, so it's basically the same thing, just reversed, but with these really pretty herbal images, so. Okay. So where do I want, okay, right there. I am gonna put a little mark right here, so I know. Here we go. Assuming we can get the washi tape off. There we go. These are washi tape strips that come already like this. They're very sticky, otherwise I would probably take a second to glue, add some extra glue to them, like I did on the other ones, but I think they're okay. Let's see, glue. I've lost my glue. Fell over. Luckily it didn't leak. I might still try to put a label on there. So let me get this down. I can move this down a bit. And just to add up some color, you know, add in some color. I kind of feel like I want it all grouped up here, but maybe not. Let's put that like right there. Put this guy down here. Nice. Remembering that these are thicker, so they're more of a cardstock weight, so that's perfect. You could put lace, you could stamp some more in the background, you could do all kinds of things with these. And let's get this one. I'm going to bring this down, remembering that I want to put that stamp up there. You need butterflies in your herb garden. I get butterflies and I get bumblebees. Well, honeybees, technically. And some really big fat bees that could possibly be bumblebees. I don't honestly know. I just love seeing them every year. I know all is right with the world when the bees and butterflies come back to my garden. Got speckle. And let's speckle in vintage photo so it's not as dark. I think that's probably what it's wanting here because it just looks a little plain. That's good. Oh, I didn't add him a little label. I've got one. Oh, he's cut funny. See, it didn't, that edge didn't stamp quite right, but I bet if I ink it, it'll help. It'll help with the optical illusion. Okay, I'm gonna go with it. There we go. Add some more speckles in there. And I think somebody's watching a movie downstairs. I'm hearing like the bass, the rumble of the bass. Okay, so let's get it all squared away. Let me get all cleared up and then we'll come back and show you what I got. Okay guys, there we go. Here's what we came up with. I like what happened. I mean, I like how they turned out. Do you guys like them? I could still go around and ink around the edges, which I might do when I go use them in a journal. I also added speckle stamp. You saw me do it on these two, but I added it to these. And then I also added some postmark stamp because it's sitting here on my desk and it just looked a little bare in a couple of spots. There's something about postal mark images that somehow fill in a space and make it feel complete. And so I went ahead and did that. And then on the backs of them, I also added some speckles, and I think that helped make them look a little bit less plain. So let me know if you guys like to alter guest checks, what you like to put on them, how you like to use them in your journals. Those are good ideas for other people in the community just trying to figure out what to make with all these things. Please give me a big thumbs up. I hope you guys enjoyed the video today. Hope you're having a great week. I hope you just have a really great new year, that the new year in 2024 is just full of great and wonderful things for all of you. Until next week, be inspired, do something creative today, and I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye-bye now.